Mendoza from Elche. 20 years old, has a release clause of 20 million euros, and this release clause is attracting several clubs. Arsenal had their scouts already in 2 games between October and November to follow Mendoza. Arsenal are keeping close eye on the player. Not only Arsenal, because also Italian and Spanish clubs are monitoring this boy. Again, Spanish, quality player, 20 years old. Again, 20 million euros could be a bargain. Arsenal are very good with these opportunities. Mosquera was not about a release clause, but was an opportunity, for example, out of contract at Valencia. Arsenal, Andrea Berta, decided to go for it and sign a top defender for a very cheap price. So Mendoza could be an opportunity. At the moment, Arsenal are happy with the midfielders they have, so it's not something imminent, but they're monitoring the player. There are more clubs, again, interested in this boy, so let's see what's going to happen. But for sure, an interesting player to follow with a lot of clubs tracking him, including the Gunners, who are doing fantastic, who are focusing on new contracts, Bukayo Saka, Jarian Timber, soon also Declan Rice, but still keep close eye to the opportunities on the market.
What the German media are saying about Fabio Vieira right now should seriously worry Arsenal fans. Arsenal sent Fabio Vieira on loan to Hamburg in the summer, hoping he'd get minutes, rebuild confidence, and maybe even push for a long-term future. Remember, when he arrived in 2022, many believed he'd be the perfect backup, and maybe even the successor to Martin Ødegaard. He had moments where you could see the talent, the vision, the technique, but he never managed to become a consistent starter at the Emirates. And now his loan spell in the Bundesliga is turning into a real concern. Let's be honest, Vieira's time at Hamburg is going nothing like Arsenal expected. The 25-year-old was originally close to joining Stuttgart. That move looked almost done, until manager Sebastian Hoeneß switched targets and signed Bilal El Khanous instead. That opened the door for Hamburg to swoop in and bring in the former Porto playmaker. There was genuine excitement around him when he arrived, but things have gone completely off track. Vieira has more red cards than goals right now. He was sent off against Union Berlin, suspended for 2 matches, came back, and in just his second game back, he picked up another red card, this time against Köln. Before Hamburg's match against Stuttgart, German outlet Bild highlighted the brutal contrast. El Khanous, the midfielder Stuttgart signed instead of Vieira, already has 5 goals and 4 assists. Meanwhile, about Vieira, Bild wrote, "Vieira is still a long way from that at HSV. In addition to 2 dismissals, red at Union Berlin, yellow-red against Dortmund, after 6 Bundesliga games, 426 minutes, there is only 1 assist in the 2-1 win against Heidenheim. Given his quality, the Vieira statistics are significantly too meagre." That's a harsh assessment, but based on performances, it's hard to argue. Why this is a real problem for Arsenal? You can imagine Andrea Berta watching this and shaking his head. An attacking midfielder having more red cards than goals? That's a nightmare situation not only for Hamburg but for Arsenal in the long term. Hamburg have an option to buy Vieira at the end of his loan for 20 million euros, 17.5 meters. But if his form doesn't improve, why would they exercise it? If they say no, Arsenal will be left trying to sell a player whose market value could drop far below that fee. For a club trying to fund future signings, this is a major headache. Arsenal need Vieira to turn things around, fast, not just for Hamburg's sake, but for the Gunners' transfer plans going forward. Mikel Arteta has officially changed his mind about one Arsenal star, and honestly, fans should be buzzing about it. Over the years, Arteta has had plenty of surprises in his job, Arsenal competing for the Premier League title earlier than expected. The way the team went toe-to-toe with Europe's giants, it's been a constant pattern. But players have surprised him too, and one of the biggest surprises might just be Declan Rice. When Arsenal broke their transfer record to sign Rice in 2023, Arteta saw him mainly as a traditional number 6. But that didn't last long. Rice was pushed into a more advanced role, and that decision has turned out to be an absolute masterclass. He's now playing the best football of his entire career. Arteta always believed Rice would hit a world-class level, but now he says something has changed. Ahead of Arsenal versus Chelsea, Arteta was asked whether Rice has reached his final form as a player, and his answer was surprising, even for Arsenal fans. According to ESPN, Arteta said, "Probably a year or 2 ago, yes, I thought this would be his final form, but now being with him every single day, Understanding and connecting with him the way I have done, we are going to get more. Because he wants more, the team knows him better, his role is growing, the impact he has is huge. Arteta went on to say that he knew Rice well before signing him and expected him to evolve. But even he admits the midfielder has exceeded those expectations. Why Arteta's comments should excite Arsenal fans. We all knew Rice was elite the moment he arrived. But what nobody expected, not even Arteta, is how good he'd become in a more box-to-box role. The fact that Arteta is openly saying there's another level still to come from Rice, that's massive. Right now, Rice is already one of the best midfielders in world football, but if he genuinely hasn't reached his ceiling yet, Arsenal could become absolutely unstoppable. And when Declan Rice hits that true final form Arteta's talking about, the rest of the Premier League should be very, very worried. Hey Gunners, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything happening at Arsenal, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Here you'll get every win, every signing and every moment that could decide the Premier League. Let's go together. Come on you Gunners.